Below is an expanded YouTube video script, 3,300 words, for magnificent feed, covering the dramatic courtroom exchange between Pam Bondi and Judge Edward Chen. It opens with a channel intro, builds narrative tension, weaves in factual context, dramatic reenactments, commentary, and viewer engagement, without headings or bracketed notes. Let me know if you'd like voice directions or scene visuals too. Welcome back to Magnificent Feed. If you're into courtroom drama, high-stakes legal showdowns, and moments that leave you speechless, you're in the right place. Today's episode dives deep into a moment that rocked a courtroom and has been blazing across the internet. Pam Bondi, the newly appointed U.S. Attorney General, squared off with Judge Edward Chen, who fired a remark that stunned everyone present. And now we're breaking it all down for you. Picture the scene. A packed courtroom, national cameras capturing every expression, attorneys leaning forward in anticipation, spectators holding their breath. Pam Bondi, known for being unflappable, in the glare of the spotlight, marched confidently to the podium, ready to defend her client's rights, prepared to present her evidence, armed with conviction, clarity, determination. On the bench sat Judge Edward Chen, respected, admired, known for his judicial demeanor, but ready to challenge whatever stepped in front of him. Bondi began her opening line, authoritative, calm, professional. She laid out the case. Prosecutorial. Overreach, violations of due process, constitutional rights, and the remedies her client sought. The tone was measured, precise. Textbook opening argument. The kind seasoned attorneys admire. Then, without warning, Judge Chen leaned forward, eyes fixed, voice clear. "Spare me the rehearsal, Ms. Bondi. Let's get to the heart of the matter." Silence rippled. Shock echoed. Bondi paused. The courtroom held its breath. Whispers fluttered like startled birds. A judge cutting in with that phrasing, blunt and unmistakable? It doesn't happen often, especially in such formal proceedings. Bondi recovered. With grit and grace, she responded, firm yet respectful. "With all due respect, Your Honor, this is not a rehearsal. This is real. Lives are at stake." She pivoted, gaze locked, voice unwavering. The charge in her words echoed across the room. This wasn't about legal theater. This was about justice. Judge Chen nodded, expression guarded. "Counsel," he said, "I understand your passion. But cut to the chase. The court's time is not a stage." His tone offered no scolding. It held weight, urging precision. The message landed. Brevity matters. The courtroom drama settled into a duel of wills, but this time, questions sharpened, answers crisp. Judge Chen asked for specifics. "Do you have documentation to support your claims?" Bondi produced a stack of exhibits. A through D, submitted them with purpose, clarity, her presence radiating purpose. Then came a shift, a hint of concession. "Counsel," he said, softer now, "I did not mean to diminish your effort. Present your documents." It wasn't a full apology, but it bridged tension. This moment reframed everything. It stopped being about who had the upper hand and became a case study in courtroom dynamics. Timing, tone, respect, boundaries. The judge's blunt remark shook everyone, but Bondi's measured response restored decorum. Authority met accountability. Why did this exchange go viral? Because it was raw. Judge Chen's remark was unexpected. Bondi's recovery was impressive. Legal experts say Chen's take broke protocol. Remarks of that tone aren't common. Yet many applauded his push for efficiency. Others praised Bondi's resilience. It became a flashpoint. Now let's unpack deeper context. Pam Bondi became Florida Attorney General in 2011, making history as the first woman elected to that post in Florida's history. She gained national attention as one of Trump's impeachment defense attorneys in 2020, then became head of the America First Policy Institute's legal arm in 2024. In February 2025, President Trump nominated her U.S. Attorney General, confirmed by a 54-46 Senate vote. The appointment split opinion. Supporters pointed to her experience as AG. Critics pointed to her past positions and lobbying ties. She's polarizing, yet formidable. That courtroom moment? Another chapter in a career built on assertiveness and spotlight attention. Now the judge. Edward Chen is a respected federal judge, known for firmness and intelligence. He's presided over high-stakes cases and administrative battles. Most observers never saw him snap, yet here he was calling out Bondi's polished delivery. His words weren't charming, they were blunt. But bluntness isn't the same as disrespect. He interrogated the performance, and Bondi met him head. On the video capturing the moment sparked thousands of reactions online. He laughed at her, one clip said. Others called it judicial overreach. Some called Bondi a savior of decorum, others labeled her defensive. Talking heads dissected body language, Bondi's composure, Chen's posture, the stunned expressions of observers. So what can viewers learn? First, courtroom dynamics matter. Judges set tone, attorneys must adapt. Bondi showcased resilience. When called out, she pivoted rather than crumbled. That's a lesson in public speaking, crisis response, and emotional intelligence. Second, there's a fine line between efficiency and courtesy. Judge Chen pushed hard, but paused to recalibrate. That balance is rare in live legal settings. What about legal precedent? Some argue this moment signals a shift toward faster courtroom proceedings, less theatrics. Whether that's good or bad depends on perspective. Critics say more time means more justice. Supporters say faster means fairer. Judge Chen's remark put the spotlight back on substance over presentation. But let's not miss the bigger picture. Lawyers often rely on rhythm, rhetoric, polish. Judges often rely on clarity, focus, speed. When those collide, magic happens, or in this case, tension, magnificent feed perspective. We see parallels in leadership. In any field, overcoaching can backfire. Substance over spectacle matters, and being prepared for interruption is crucial. Bondi prepared more than statements. She prepared presence. She pulled exhibits, pivoted tone, reasserted purpose. Her comeback built trust that she wasn't just reciting lines, she was delivering conviction. Let's break it down moment by moment. Entry. Bondi steps up, confidence on display, courtroom leaning in. Opening, her tone firm, argument. Solid, evidence teased. Interruption. Chen cuts in, shock sets in. Response. Bondi pauses, acknowledges tone, reframes, emphasis on reality. Pivot. She produces evidence. Shift. Chen softens, restores flow. Conclusion. Case moves forward, but court culture changed. That sequence becomes a micro-drama, splotched with lesson, with skill, with attitude under pressure. Now turn to audience. What would you do? Record your reaction in comments. Maybe you'd get rattled, maybe you'd retreat. But Bondi? She stood firm. You can learn from this. Prepare for pressure. Your message matters, but your composure counts too. Let's shift perspective. Imagine, you're a BC student preparing moot court. What do you extract? Don't memorize scripts, know your cause, think on your feet, stand still when the unexpected happens. When someone in authority challenges you, don't crumble. Answer calmly. Produce your goods, your information, your facts. Imagine you're a leader addressing your team on short notice. Your audience demands clarity. If they push back, be ready to pivot and show evidence. The energy of this courtroom moment can inspire other leaders, public speakers, executives, managers. The rhythm was broken, and she restored it. Now let's rewind to where the remark landed. Was it timed or misfired? Some legal analysts argued it risked appearing dismissive of the Attorney General. Others said it cut to the heart of the case. Time is precious. There's no consensus. But the exchange was authentic. What's next? In this case, Bondi continues to defend. Exhibits are entered. Judge Chen will rule. The country watches, not only for verdict, but for follow-up exchanges. Will Chen wrap it in caution next time? Will Bondi adapt or confront again? will be watching. Back to magnificent feed voice. This moment casts a spotlight on two professionals. One, charged with legal argument, the other charged with enforcing court efficiency. They clashed. It raised questions about respect, authority, momentum. But they didn't escalate. They navigated it. That navigation is key. If you're building your career, whatever field you're in, take note. Expect interruptions. Expect abrupt pushback. Expect people to challenge your rehearsed points. You can take it personally, or you can treat it as signal. Your audience wants the heart, not the hype. So drop the fluff. Deliver the core. Then back it up with substance. It also tells us about modern legal theater. Courtrooms aren't immune to social dynamics amplified on camera. Everyone knows they're watched, but inside, it's still about law. So the performance must serve the law, not distract from it. Bondi walked that tightrope. She didn't collapse into theatrics. She pivoted into evidence. Judge Chen reminded us it's a courtroom. The echo chamber of theatrical preparation isn't welcome. Only facts, only proof, only precision. His blunt reminder, no stage. That's the line he drew, and Bondi respected it. Zoom out further. This moment mirrors bigger societal trends. People are tired of performance, on social media, in politics, in business. We crave authenticity, brevity. We respect data, not dog and pony. This courtroom moment tapped into that yearning. It resonated beyond legal blogs. That's why so many shared it, because it spoke to our moment. Imagine this video reaches interns in law schools, activists preparing strategy, entrepreneurs crafting pitches. Lesson is universal. Drop the show. Deliver tea.